But this section will be actually, the concept is simple. Concept is simple. And calculation may be simple, may be tedious. Okay? It depends on how many unknowns in the question. Okay? So this section is about the relationship between a straight line and a circle. Okay, so what's meant by the relationship is that the number of intersection points. Okay, so that can be, as you can see, it's on page 7.30. Okay, there will be three different cases. The straight line and the circle can meet at two different points. This is case 1. And case 2, the straight line and circle can meet at only one point, which means that normally we will say that the straight line touch the circle at one point. Okay? And or the third case will be straight line do not have any intersection point with the circle. Okay? No intersection point. Okay? Actually, this case has nothing to do. We are not going to do any calculation on this case. Okay, but just know that, just remember that there is a third case. Will be okay. So what is more interesting? Okay, I don't mean very interesting, but mathematically interesting is that is for the first case and for the second case. Okay, so what we are going to do is about finding the coordinates of the intersection points between a straight line and a circle. Okay, but actually, the concept is just one simple concept. If you want to find the intersection point of one thing and the other thing, no matter there are two straight lines, or one straight line, one circle, or one straight line, one parabola. Okay? Whenever the question is talking about the intersection point, then we are going to use simultaneous equations. Equation 1, equation 2 to solve for the x and the y. Okay? Sometimes there will be more than one solutions like this. If their relative position is like this, there are two different intersection points. Then when we have done our calculation, then we will get two pairs of answers. Okay, so that will be like this. When we get only one pair of answer, then it will be the second case. When we get no solution, then it will be the third case. Okay, so let us do one example here. You don't need to read this large passage. Let's go to the next page. Example 15. Example 15. Do the straight line and the circle intersect? Explain your answer. Which means that we do not know whether there are intersection points or not. We want to find whether there are intersection points. And if we can find intersection point, whether there is only one intersection point or there are two intersection points. But no matter what, we are going to set up equation 1 and equation 2 because it is about intersection point. So we always start from equation 1, equation 2. Do you get my idea here? Okay, so we have two equations. One is equation 1. So the first one will be x plus y plus 8 equals 0. Let us call this equation 1. And then the equation of the circle x squared plus y squared equals 25. Let us call this equation 2. can you see that one equation has square terms, and the other equation does not have square term, no square term. We always start with the equation with no square term. That is equation 1. Okay, so we are going to change the subject to either x or y from equation 1. So that is from equation 1. So let us change the subject to y. Okay, y is equal to negative x minus 8. Can you follow? Just change the subject to y in terms of x, and then label this to be equation 3. And then what is slightly more complicated will be the following steps. We are going to substitute this equation 3 into the one with square terms. That is equation 2. Sub 3 into 2. Okay, let's always do this. 嗱我想講咧，呢一部分咧，雖然中間啲計算咧會有少少複雜嘅，但係 concept 我話 concept 部分咧一啲都唔複雜嘅，同埋咧係冇變化嘅，冇變化，全部你都係按住呢一個流程咁樣做嘅話咧，就可以做到噶啦。Okay, so substitute equation 3 into equation 2, and then equation 2 is x squared plus y squared, and it becomes x squared plus the y becomes negative x minus 8, and then bracket square is equal to 25. Okay, and you need to expand the bracket very carefully. 嗱呢個想點喎？兩個都係負嘅話咧，我哋點樣拆呢個括號㗎？我哋用 a 加 b 括弧二次嗰條式啊，定係 a 減 b 括弧二次嗰條式去拆咧？應該中間呢個係減嚟㗎，就用減得唔得 ？OK， so a minus b bracket square. Can you get my idea? A minus b bracket square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So it will be like this. 你記唔記得呢條式啊？使唔使寫一次出嚟？嗰條 identity 啊 ，the identity is like this. A minus b square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay, so I'm going to use this identity to expand the bracket negative x minus 8 bracket square. So the first x square is no change. Okay, nothing to do, plus. And then I'm going to expand this bracket. When I want to use this identity, I need to compare which number or which letter will be the A, and then which one will be the B. It's A minus B, right? And now it is negative x minus 8. So negative x will be the A, and 8 will be the B. And then when I use this identity, it becomes negative x bracket square minus 2 times the A is still negative x, and the B is 8 plus B square, that is 8 square. And the right hand side, no change, 25. Can you follow this step? I just use this identity to expand this bracket to be these 3 terms. You follow? And then, after using the identity to expand bracket, we simplify the terms one by one. Okay? Just be very careful. So x squared, no change. Negative x bracket square. You know that the square of a negative number becomes positive again. Okay, but positive what will be x squared. Okay, so it's just x squared. And then minus 2 times negative x times 8. You know that this part becomes negative, right? And then minus negative becomes double negative, becomes plus. Plus what? The number, we have 2 times 8, that is 16. And then the letter will be just x. So it should be plus 16x. And then 8 squared is 64. Right-hand side is still 25. And then we have x squared plus x squared becomes 2x squared. And plus 16x plus 64 minus 25. Okay, this 25 should be subtracted to the left. It becomes 39, right? Plus 39 equals 0. Okay? And then, wait, am I correct? Okay, yes. And then it is a simple quadratic equation. Simple quadratic equation. And what should you do? You want to solve this simple quadratic equation, then you just use your calculator, formula 1. Okay? A is 2, B is 16, and C is 39. And what do you get from the calculator? Okay, help me. It's a math error. Can you get math error? So A is 2, B is 16, and C is 39 from program 1 or formula 1. If it is math error, then it belongs to the third case. We are finding the intersection points, right? But there is no solution for this finding, which means that there will be no intersection point. Okay? But what shall we write for? We cannot write math error. We will write delta. Delta, that is b squared minus 4ac. So in this case, it should be 16 squared minus 4 times 2 times 39. And then do the calculation here. Okay, can you help me? What is this number? 16 squared minus 4 to 39. Negative 56, right? Should be negative 56. And then just write that it is less than 0. Less than 0. And therefore, there is no solution. Therefore, there is no solution. Okay? If there is no solution, we just write down the conclusion, answering the question that there is no intersection point, or no, they do not intersect. Okay? Therefore, they do not intersect. Okay? Or there is no intersection point. Do you understand the flow of this solution? Just set the equation 1, equation 2. We always start from the equation that is no square term. You change the subject to x or change the subject to y, both okay. And then substitute into the equation with square terms. And then you will get a simple quadratic equation. And you just use the formula 1 to help you to get the answer. If you can get the answer, then that is good. But if you can get the math error, you should calculate the delta to show that it is less than 0. And then write down the conclusion. Okay? Okay, now, I would like you to do the classwork, the instant drill number 15. On page 7.32. Let's do the instant drill number 15, part A, part B, and part C. Just give you 6 minutes. 6 minutes for this. 冇問題，一式二式，即係邊條做一式，邊條做二式冇所謂嘅，得唔得？但係記得咧，我哋由即係我哋 from 嗰條咧，係啦，冇意思嗰條開始做，係啦 ，good。Yes, good。好啦，跟住咧 repeat 係嘛？咁其實咧，我就可以即係咁樣咧一個答案。我要問你啲咩？Find the number of points in the section. Yes. Can you get this? For the first question, first part. Can you get this simple quadratic equation? 2x squared minus 8x plus 8 equals 0. And then you just use the calculator formula 1. And you'll find that x is equal to 2 or x is equal to 2. Both answers are 2. So this number of intersection points. Okay, so you can find it should be positive 2. Okay, because it's minus 8x. The b is just x. Because it's a minus b. Okay, a minus b. So the b will be just x. All right. Okay. This one is a repeated root. Okay. So how many solutions can you find from this equation? There is only one solution. Okay. And the question asks you to find the number of points of intersection. Number of intersection points. Okay. And you have found one answer here. So we just answer the question with therefore. There is one intersection point. Will be okay. Can you see the words? Is it clear? No. Should be enlarged or what? Is it better? Did you get your equation 3 correct? And then you substitute your equation 3 into equation 1. And did you expand the bracket correctly? It is a minus b bracket square with the a equals 4 and the b equals x. So it is 4 squared minus 2,4x plus x squared. Okay. 做多題啊！嗱，呢跟住開始咗未啊？Part B 你哋抄完未？Part A 仲未？唔好抄住啦。And let's do it together. Which one should we start from? Which equation? Equation 1 or 2? 2, right? Okay, because 2 is the one with no square term. So from equation 2, which one do you want to be the subject, x or y? It doesn't matter actually. Okay, I want to move the y to the right hand side. Okay, so x plus 3 is equal to y, which means that y is the subject in this equation and it is in terms of x. y is equal to x plus 3。OK， 嗱你可以寫多行嘅，但係呢行你可以唔寫都得。And label this to be equation 3. Do you understand? And then we have got equation 3, and we have to substitute this equation into equation 1. Okay, sub 3 into 1. And then equation 1 is x squared plus y squared. But the y becomes x plus 3, bracket square, plus 3y. And y becomes x plus 3 again. And then minus 2 equals 0. You get this? What we can do is to expand this bracket. This time it is in the format of a plus b bracket square. So we are going to do it as a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So x squared plus, this is x squared plus 2x3 plus 3 squared. And the 3 and the 3 should be multiplied to the bracket. It becomes 3x plus 9 minus 2 equals 0. Can you get this? And then simplify the terms one by one. X squared plus x squared. 2x3 becomes plus 6x. 3 squared is 9. Okay, plus 3x plus 9 minus 2 equals 0. And calculate the like terms. X squared plus x squared becomes 2x squared. Plus 6x plus 3x becomes plus 9x. Plus 9 minus 2 becomes plus 16. Equals 0. Okay? And then this is a simple quadratic equation. And you may go to the calculator now. Okay? And you have it. Can you get, okay, you get, is it math error? I think it should be math error, right? And if it is math error, you do not write math error. You need to calculate the delta. Okay? Delta is b squared minus 4ac. In this case, the b is 9. So it's 9 squared minus 4 times 2 times 16. And it should be equal to what? This is negative 47. Which is less than 0. Therefore, there is no solution. Solution. And then answer the question. Therefore, there is no intersection point. Because the question asks you to find the number of intersection points. Okay? So there is 0 intersection points here. Because we can't find any solution. So this is part B. Can you get the idea? It's okay? All right, but let's continue tomorrow, okay? So stand up. Goodbye, class.